And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, I've officially joined Instagram. My username is DanPWD96 and we are in celebration of me joining the platform. I am going to be giving away a brand new Rangers away shirt. The winner will be announced tomorrow. All you have to do to enter is follow my page and like the most recent post. Guys, this will be a common theme on my Instagram, so do follow my page for get cool prizes and giveaways. DanPWD96. Anyway, guys, let's get into today's video. We've got quite a few bits and pieces to discuss. Of course, Rangers back in action again yesterday as they lost to Newcastle United, unfortunately. But there was sort of things from that game and the fallout from the game that we need to discuss today with regards to sort of transfer news and all of the rest of it. As I said, we are going to be discussing some transfer news. As says that Michael Bill did provide an update with potential incomings. And there's some news with regards to outgoings as well. So yeah, quite a few bits and pieces to discuss. But let's start with the game yesterday. Look, Rangers, of course, returning back for Alan McGregor's testimonial. A sellout crowd. Fantastic Rangers support. Even 8,000 Newcastle fans turned up as well. And it was a great spectacle for a pre-season friendly. Of course, they did have that sentiment with Alan McGregor playing his final game in Rangers colours. Of course, Newcastle took the lead took the lead, and then Rangers obviously found an equaliser through Sam Lammers before obviously Newcastle winning right at the end. As I said, it was a good little run out. I don't really take too much note of the scores as such, and I don't get carried away and get caught up too much in the highs of pre-season friendlies, nor do I get caught down in the lows. However, one thing I will say from observation, Nico Raskin looks like a baller, doesn't he, in the middle of the park? He looks fantastic. And then, of course, I do think Barisic, Lundstrom, these sorts of players, I wouldn't mind if Barisic goes this summer. There's been links with him linking him away, but I do think it's maybe finally time to get rid of him. He's just a bit of a bomb scare, isn't he? He's very, very inconsistent, but I think it's time. I think it's time. If we get an offer for him, I think it's time to go. I know it's pre-season. I don't want to get too carried away, but I've been saying that for quite a while now. Lundstrom did look a bit off the ball, but again, it's first game of pre-season. But still, I'm sticking by that Barisic one. I do think it's time to see the end of him. I'm sick of watching him, especially in 2023. I don't want to hear him in the back line. But anyway, guys, in the fallout of that, there was some sort of transfer news. Michael Bill provided an update with regards to Jose Cifuentes. Now, recently, we have said that that one is fairly close. And now with the manager actually actively speaking about it and saying, I hope we can get this one over the line, probably indicates that it is a lot closer than you actually think. Usually when managers are asked about potential incomings, they're like, oh, he's not our player yet, you know, blah, blah, interested in these names. He actively said that Rangers are in negotiations and said he is one that he wants to get over the line. If he's came out and said that, I do think it's a lot closer than we think. We've talked about it. We said that Rangers agreed terms with the player and all the rest of it. They were just sort of negotiating a fee to try and get him away from LAFC this summer. But as I said, with Michael Bill actively coming out and speaking about it, I do think it is actually very, very close. And I wouldn't be surprised if Jose Cifuentes is a Rangers player next week. He also spoke about Danilo. Obviously, Rangers have reportedly at least put one bid in, but they said also putting a second bid in. And as a player that they're interested in and are trying to negotiate, Michael Bill did confirm that, but also said that they're in contact with other forward players. Now, I actually don't know who these forward players are, but yeah, just goes to show that Rangers can do a bit of their business under the radar, if you like, but are speaking to other forward options, which does basically tell us, regardless of whether it's going to be Danilo coming in, there is at least going to be another forward player coming in through the door at Ibrox this summer. So very, very exciting, but it definitely looks like from Michael Beale's words that two are almost going to be definitely coming in, with Jose Cifuentes being one of them, and then of course another forward, preferably Danilo, but could be another forward as well. So that's what I read through there, and as I said, it is very interesting because you don't really hear managers talk about individual players unless something's fairly close or they're actually trying to make things work. So I do think Jose is very, very close, and yeah, the interest in Danilo is very much concrete and real. Now, with regards to outgoings, we reported to you the other day that Scott Wright was well on his way to Turkey, and that Rangers had agreed a fee with a Turkish side for £500,000. He was obviously seen this morning at Glasgow Airport, Sky Sports interview, and basically gave an update on his situation. He is flying out to Turkey to go have a look at the deal, and it looks likely that he will be the next man out of the door. You did know that a couple of days ago. However, as I said, we have started to see him go out there and heard from his mouth as well that he is out on his way. Also, yesterday, if you may have got caught up in the game yesterday, there was another move, another outgoing that happened. Ben Williams Urson, he ended up going to Partick Thistle for a season-long loan. Yes, he's... another outgoing. He just moves down the road to Partick Thistle for a loan switch down to the Championship. Of course, one of Rangers' youngsters, 21 years old, and has agreed a 6-month loan switch to Firhill. He did play for Dundee last season in their Championship winning team, and as I said, we'll return back to that league again as he joins Glasgow neighbours Partick Thistle. So all the best there to Ben. And yeah, that's pretty much it with regards to the sort of transfer news. But as I said, things are starting to really move along. And as I said, I hope maybe there's some news with regards to maybe Borna Barisic. I really don't want to go into this season with Borna. It's nothing personal. I just think we're keeping on to a lot of the old guard. Well, we have kept on to a lot of the old guard. I'm glad that a lot of the old guard have been shifted on. But I think it's Barisic's time to go now. And it's not just off. I'm not just judging him off yesterday's game, guys. I'm judging him off just really ever since that time we sat on his arse at Celtic Park back in February 2022. I've kind of felt like it's been the right time. He's too hot and cold for me. And going into this new era, I really do think we should be looking to get him off the books and maybe bedding in that new blood with Ridvan Yilmaz. I think he's been very, very impressive, especially at the back end of last season. And the stuff I've seen of him, I think he may be ready to have that starting position. I think he could be a better option. But yeah, the huge transfer news is what I've got for you today is that Rangers are maybe or confident of getting Jose Cifuentes done. Rangers are in talks for another striker, Danilo and other options. Ben Williamson's joined Partick, and Scott Wright was spotted today moving out to Turkey. There is also a lot of talks with regards to Glenn Kamara that he's agreed a deal to leave and join Leeds United, but at the time of recording, no update there. However, he wasn't involved in the training nor the match they scored yesterday, so that one could be imminent. But Rangers fans, that's all I've got for you today. Do let me know your thoughts on the transfer window so far, and how many players do you think the club need to sign, and what positions do you reckon they need to bolster for the remainder of the transfer window for us to compete for title, or to win title number 56. As I said, let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Remember, we are giving away a brand new Rangers away shirt. All you have to do to enter is follow my Instagram page and like the most recent post. The winner will be announced tomorrow. Thank you guys, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.